Hey, lighten up, jerk!
So 3 years, yeah, your daughter.
She'll be 3 in January.
Very
actually.
cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, wow.
it's been crazy.
Did it go
crazy
by
ride.
fast? Would you say?
Or is it going by fast?
It's now going by fast. Like we got. I don't want to say we got lucky because every baby's different and everything like that. But her birthing process, like Stephanie was in labor for like the labor hours and stuff like that were, we got to the hospital at 3 a.m. and she was born at 9:18.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wow.
So, but she didn't even start pushing until like 8:55. The doctor didn't even get there until 8:50. So we were, we essentially, she got her epidural and then we were like kind of resting and stuff like that. And then 8:55, the doctor got there, got his stuff all set up. It's like, all right, push, meh, born. And it was like, all right, cool.
Smooth.
Yeah. And,
This is and this is his first baby?
first, yeah.
Okay.
This was the first.
Yeah,
And
because usually, you hear stories like, the first one's, takes the longest, but then like the second one just like slides out.
yeah, I've heard that too.
But yeah, I guess every woman is different.
But her aunt actually, when she gave birth to her all three of her kids actually, she was telling me that she wasn't realizing she was in contractions yet. Got to the hospital because she thought it was like stomach pains or something like that, and then all of a sudden there was just like, oh my God, you're crowning, and no, I guess her births were so like. I don't want to speak out of turn but this is what I think I've heard. I'm pretty sure I've overheard this is that her births were very simple. Like the kids just came out. No, they didn't. She didn't use drugs. She didn't use anything. It was just, there was pain, but it wasn't like, what you see on TV where you're like, I hate you. Yeah, it wasn't like that. But so since, she was born and you got to wake them up every 3 hours, feed them, make sure, all this stuff. And our pediatrician, he's really cool. He was actually the pediatrician of her cousins and everything. And so we knew him and everything. And she started sleeping like through the night almost within like a couple months.
Oh, wow.
And we were like, oh, do we need to still wake her up? Is it okay that she hasn't eaten in a few hours? I mean, but our first like appointment wasn't, for I think until our first like real appointment afterward was like 3 months down the road. So we asked him, he's like, she's sleeping through the night. We're like, well, I mean, we put her down at like 8 p.m. Maybe she'll like wake up for a minute, but then she'll fall back asleep. We won't have to do anything. He's like, if that's happening, let it happen. We
Wow.
like,
So she was
awesome.
she was like self-soothing like that early?
I mean, I guess if you want to call it, if maybe that's what she was doing, but she we were still swaddling her and laying her on her back. She hadn't even started rolling over, but she was 8 p.m. we put her to sleep, and as soon as we told him that's what she was doing, he was like, no. He's like, let her sleep if she wants to sleep. If she's hungry, she'll let you know. And so she would sleep from, even when I was working still with you, we put her down at 8 p.m. and I would have left for work before she woke up. Like it was like, sometimes it would be like 6 a.m. She'd kind of wake up, but then, I'd hand her to Stephanie and like they'd go back to sleep, but she would sleep almost 12 hours for the longest time. And even now she doesn't wake up. Like my sister's baby woke up 5:30, 6 a.m. on the dot every single day, no matter what. And Skylar still can, like even today, 9 o'clock. Didn't get up till 9 a.m.
Oh, she's gonna be like one of those like people that just like sleeps all the time.
Well, me and Stephanie can both sleep all the time, so
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it happening. But yeah, I mean, it's the first few months were really crazy with like all the feedings and all that stuff. But it was also awesome because we'd be laying on the couch and this tiny little baby is just laying on my chest, like sleeping, and then I'd like fall asleep, and we'd have really like cute pictures of stuff, things like that, and and then a little bit down the road she starts crawling all over the place, and then figures out. I mean, we didn't even practice with her. We practiced a little bit when we could because our apartment, the way it was set up, is hard, but we practiced with her with walking a little bit, but she figured that crap out on her own. And now she runs everywhere, and it's just talking, and
it's pretty amazing
because
because
oh my gosh,
It's crazy.
it's pretty amazing because lately nowadays babies seem to be achieving the certain like the milestones like quicker. Because
Yeah.
a bunch of my friends like who've had kids they started like learning. They started like tentatively walking. When they're like barely close to like a year.
Mm-hmm.
When usually that doesn't happen until like at least after a year.
Yeah, Skylar was just before her first birthday, I believe. She started piecing it together.
Mhm.
She wasn't completely in control and completely confident in the walk yet until a little bit after,
Mhm.
but she was grabbing on like the ottoman and walking around like
Right,
herself
right,
and
yeah.
like could take like some steps and but it was yeah, she was definitely piecing it together beforehand and then I don't know, for me it always seemed like it was like a snap of a finger, then all of a sudden, wait a minute, holy crap, she just walked across the room like no big deal.
Right, right.
And the way that I don't know the way that they learn, but how much they can learn and how much they absorb and figure out and everything is just you think about it, but watching it actually happen the whole time is just crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
she knows how to use our phones.
That's what I was just
She
gonna
knows how to
say. These
use-
days, oh my gosh.
She knows what the remote is. She knows what buttons to press. She not quite sure how to do the swiping part of the remote yet because it doesn't show a screen. But I mean, she's all over the phone. She knows what app. I mean, there's 1,500 apps on the phone, but she knows which app to find. And then she scrolls through it to look the video she wants to watch. I mean, it's
Wow.
it's
3 years
ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
That's
It's
insane.
the generation.
Yeah,
Man.
I mean, and my mom
Technology.
can't still do that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, nowadays, like kids, like the gestures for like your phone or your iPad. It's just like, it's kind of crazy how like intuitive it is that even babies can pick up
Pick
on
it
it
up.
like real fast. And like, I mean, nowadays it's like kind of like second nature where it's like swipe, flick.
Yeah. Well, it was funny with the swiping and everything. She gets so used to that we have our TV is on a stand.
Oh, and then
And
she tries
comes
to.
up. She tries to swipe on the Apple TV screen because she knows the apps are all squares and everything. She tried to like swipe and tried to like choose like Toy Story. She's like swiping. She's like getting frustrated trying to like swipe on the TV. And I'm like, no, we got a remote. And then she comes and grabs the remote and hands it to me. She's like, cowboy. And I'm like, okay, geez. We know who wears the pants. Calm down.
So what's
That's adorable.
What's one thing that you are really enjoying about being a dad now? Like what's something that you
There
really,
can't be one thing.
Well, okay. Well, it's like, or what are some things that you really enjoy about it?
Right now, I mean, the thing is now, I will leave even a little bit before, but now we can take her places and she understands. And she sees things and knows what things are and can communicate with us sort of what she's thinking and what she wants or what, makes her happy or sad or and whatnot. But like, I mean, we're huge, we like going to Disneyland. We're huge Disney. I mean, we took her to Disneyland at 3 months old. And you're like, you're one of those people.
I know.
No, we both had annual passes,
Right.
and it was just something to do to get out of the house and do stuff. And it was easy because we've been there so many times that we don't have to try and get in line for everything. And so we try and do like some of the background stuff that you normally don't have time for.
Yeah, less the smaller attractions. And
Yeah, or like all like the food places that you don't really get to go to every time or whatever. And
Right.
no, we just enjoy the ambience of it and everything like that. But so I mean, she's been quite a bunch, and there's the little kid rides that she can go on, like Little Mermaid or Pirates or stuff like that. But as when she's a year old and she's not talking or anything like that, it's hard to like she's looking and eyeballing things, but you can't really tell what's going on. Now, we're just driving up to the park and she sees a banner that has Toy Story on it, and she's like, Buzz, Woody, or like Monsters Inc. stuff, and she's like, Sully, Wazowski. Yeah, and it's like, oh my God, she puts that. It's not just like, oh, it's a movie, and she has the knowledge, and she's picked up the characters and like knows how they sound. I mean, she hears sounds and, you know, like the song from Toy Story, and she'll be like, oh, Cowboy, you know, or Woody or Jesse.
Okay.
And so, like, now several things with her to where we know that, you know, we can understand what she's experiencing it rather than just, you know, we're taking her somewhere. We took her to not a water park. I always forget what it's called. But it's a public thing, but it's like got really shallow water. It's got a bunch of
kind of like a waiting like pool. Or...
Yeah, but it has like a giant toy system, and,
Right,
like
yeah.
slides and like all these like splash things, and so but it was awesome because she's like loves to swim, and we put her on
Okay.
floaties, and she's like always wants to do, you know, swimming stuff, and she's like, and we have friends who have a pool, and she always wants to go over there and go swimming, but it's you know, now she's like experiencing things and talking to us about it, and you know, wanting to go somewhere, and it's just watching her learn and then apply the things that she's learning. I think is really exciting for me now. And you know, it's pretty in a couple years she'll be going to like preschool or something like
Yeah.
that, and that's
Right.
gonna blow my mind. I think.
Before you know it, she's gonna be 14. She's gonna hate
Oh
your
my
guts.
God. F that.
Yeah,
Isn't that
like
crazy?
yeah, a lot of my friends who have had kids and stuff. At least one of them has described like having a child is a dog that slowly learns how to talk.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can go with that. I've played fetch
I mean,
with
yeah.
her a few times. So she's like, "Look, a ball. Throw it. Go get it. Shh. Here, a ball." I'm like, "Yeah. All right."
Yeah, but that's like the
That's
crazy
my
thing.
girl.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah. But kids like kids love repetition. So yeah,
Yeah.
because there's like you know like my nieces and nephews, like I'll like, you know, grab them and like throw them up in the air, and then they'll like, you know, squeal with delight, and they're like, do it again. Like, I have to do it for like the next half hour.
You could do it 1,000 times, but the one time you're like, "No, I'm tired." The waterworks come
I
out.
know.
It's like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, seriously.